Welcome, Emsley. So, George, a lot of people know you in the community, in Prosperity, and there'll be people listening who aren't part of Prosperity. So, could you introduce yourself and tell us about your background, about how you got into property?
Yeah, so my name's George Emsley from Emsley Property. We have two core businesses. We have project management business and Emsley Property Investments, which is the development business. And we've been in property now, or working on property, as in property, using property as a business.
Property journal.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to say it, I avoid the word. Since 2017, I think.
Yes, about 8 years.
About 8 years, yeah. So we almost stumbled into it. We bought our first house, completely renovated it, and realised that the value had gone up significantly. So I always knew that I wanted to do that. I don't know why, but we did it. Realised that we could make a bit of money from it, and that was the catalyst, I think, to us focusing on property. And it took us about 6 years to be able to make the jump and go full time. And by full time, I mean is we started another business. Well, which this was the project management business. So we started that business. That then generates us cash flow and enabled us to both leave our employment at the time.
Was it say, so you both had full-time jobs?
We both had full-time jobs, yeah. So I worked primarily in civil engineering and groundworks.
Okay.
Pretty much since when I left school, all the way up till 2023. That was when I left. So I worked for a number of different contractors and worked my way up from being a labourer on a site to site manager, managing multiple gangs of lads. So between 10 and 15 lads on new build sites.
Plenty of hands-on practical experience.
Yeah.
People can't pull the wool over your eyes.
Exactly, yeah. So construction background is my background.
Yeah. So with that first property then, how did you then get onto the second property? What did you buy next? Was there a strategy in place at the time?
Yeah, accidentally. So it was guided by our mortgage broker at the time. So we bought our first house, spent 6 months and all of our wages at the time renovating it, did all the work ourselves, and then we refinanced it. I think it was about 12 months later. So it was a private residence mortgage, just a normal mortgage. We refinanced it, pulled out about 35, 40 grand from memory. And whilst that was ongoing, I was looking for the next one. So I knew that I just wanted to repeat the same process again. That's all I knew. I think we did that 5 times over 4 years.
No.
From memory, I think the first
Quite a nice pace.
2, 3. The first 3, we did absolutely everything ourselves. And then I started to bring in trades and contractors to help at the time. But yeah, that's how we kind of fell into the strategy because it worked. And then I realised that there was a world of people out there doing similar things in property. So then I think that's when we found Prosperity in 2021.
So have you had some coaching or mentoring in property?
Yes, we have. We've been coached. We had a coach in Prosperity Network by Michael Ireland.
Amazing.
Coached us for a little while, and then we went over to Paul Tinker, and Paul Tinker coached us for a little while as well. And we are actually on the lookout for another coach in 2026 next year.
Is that just for different coaches for different strategies that you're taking there?
That's right, yeah. So Mike, again, he's construction background. He comes from a construction background, and he's doing developments now. So naturally, he felt like the right person to go with at the time.
Yeah.
And then Paul Tinker, I went to Paul for project management / business coaching because we just helped the project management business. So I went to Paul and was trained by Paul for about 2 years on that and on some of the things. But that was the focus at the time. So we've been coach free for about 6 months now, but now we're ready to come back to a property coach. We just don't know who we're going to go with yet.
Exciting. Who is the chosen one?
Who's the chosen one?
Because 2026.
Yeah.
I noticed recently, George, that you purchased a pub. Can you tell me more about that? That's really exciting.
That's right, yeah. So it's quite a long story, but we've got a bit of time.
We have got a bit of time.
Got a bit of time. So we've basically bought a pub in our hometown called the Crown Inn. Now, we purchased it in April this year, but if we go back to 2021, that was when we first saw it on the market.
Wow.
So around about when we got and bought Prosperity.
Yeah.
So that's when we first saw it on the market. I think within 2-3 months of it being on the market, me and a pal had been viewed a few times, offered on it, got our offer accepted, and then we absolutely shit ourselves because we didn't have a clue what we were going to do with it or what it was going to cost. We're just
really excited. Yeah. It's just like, oh my God, we've got it.
Super excited because we got this landmark building right at the centre of our hometown.
We bought a pub.
Yeah. But then we actually got gazumped.
Yeah.
That's the word?
Yeah.
That's the word. Yeah. So someone came in with a higher offer.
Yeah.
So we kept our eye on it, and he didn't sell it, ended up falling through. Been up, on the market, off the market, on the market, off the market. And then it was in September 2024 when I was for a networking event and I bumped into Michelle, who I knew had viewed, and I didn't know at the time she'd offered on it previously at the same building. What happened is the agent called me and Michelle, I think a couple of days before the Prosperity Network event, to say it's going to come back on the market. You were previously interested. Would you like to have another look around it or go and see it before it goes back onto the market? So I mentioned this to Michelle. We ended up deciding to go and view it together. So we viewed it. I think the event was on the calls was on the Thursday or Friday. The event was on the Saturday. We went to do it on the Monday morning. Walking around the building, we were both sort of describing what we'd like to do with it or what our vision was. And I think I said to Michelle, I said, rather than us compete against each other, do you fancy doing it together? And that's how our joint venture was formed. So me and Michelle, co-owners of the building and the business. So like I said, completed in April this year, stripped out the building, put it into planning. We've got planning to convert the pub or the upper 3 floors. Pub is remaining a pub on the ground floor to convert the upper 3 floors into a 60-unit apart hotel.
Amazing.
So that was mid-September. And then we've got development finance ongoing, nearly completed, and we've just started the building works now. So it all goes to plan, which should be open for June 2026.
And Michelle, people who don't know Michelle Gaffney-Webb's an amazing lady, and she's got a wealth of experience, especially because isn't her background an architect?
Yeah, she's been an architect for quite a long time, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 20 years. That might be out by a few years.
We don't want to age it too much. Lady secrets.
She's been an architect for a long time, and that's where she brings value to the project because she brings the design element. She's also already got a hotel, which she has the team, system and processes in place to manage. So that's going to be Michelle's arm to this project, is running the hotel once it's operational.
Obviously, 3 years had passed. What state was the hub at that point when you actually sort of submitted it and everything got going again?
The first time round.
The first time round, was it like quite dilapidated?
To be honest, it just looked like a hotel from the early 2000s. So like all the rooms were still decorated, but just dated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what had changed between 2021 and 2024 was somebody, I don't know who, had left all the windows open on the very top floor, which meant we had pigeons in there, a lot of pigeon mess, a couple of holes in the roof, but they were too bad. So here we had I call it a squadron of pigeons. That's happening in the world.
Captain Pigeon.
There was a lot. There was dead pigeons, alive pigeons, and pigeon guano absolutely everywhere on the top floor. We were like,
what did that smell like?
it smelled rough.
Yeah.
Very rough. It's actually hazardous.
I've got a really bad gab reflex anyway, so you
would not like it. You wouldn't like it. But yeah, so that was one of the first jobs, getting rid of the pigeons, getting it disinfected and
So how do you actually get rid of like the live ones?
pest control company.
They just like literally come and try and capture and cage them, or?
Yeah, so they'll shoot them out best that they can. They'll trap them, they'll cage them, they'll just do everything they can to get them out of the building and then seal up the building.
Can I imagine this? I haven't got a little picture in my head.
What's the picture?
He's dead pigeons and handfuls and the hazmat suits. And,
Yes, it was rough.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Oh.
But we dealt with that problem. Now we're on to deal with other problems.
Yeah, next.
Yeah.
So what other projects have you got in the pipeline for 2026 and beyond? What's on the cards?
What's on the cards? We've only got one project in the pipeline. It's quite a bread and butter building.
Yeah.
So to say it's a shop with the 2-bed flat above it and then a 1-bed flat. So shop at the top. Needs pretty much no work doing to it, but we've secured it at quite a good price. So that's the only one we've got in our pipeline for now.
But then you'll be busy with the hotel.
We're going to be busy with the hotel. Yeah, what we tend to do, and what I'm looking to change in the future actually, is we tend to focus on one project, get it to a stage where it's fully funded, the construction's nearly finished, and what the exit is almost in place. And then we can take our focus off that and onto the next one. But every project we've done for ourselves over the past 3 or 4 years has got bigger every single time. So we're always taking on a big project than the next one. So I don't know what's in store next. We might try out for a bit, but I can't see that happening. Or we might look for a big project. So, yeah.
Any projects that have slipped away in the past that you wish you'd have pursued or you've just missed out on them? Any like big heartbreakers?
Well, I'm going to get a bit woo-woo now because I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. Exactly like the pub, which slipped through our fingers in 2021, but it came back around and we managed to get it, and we got it for a hell of a lot cheaper than what we were going to originally.
Yeah.
So I don't actually have any projects that have slipped away. That one kind of came back to us because it was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
Meant to be.
Yeah. How important has networking and marketing, social media been for your business in the last few years?
Oh, it's been, I don't know,
Yeah.
is that the right word?
Yeah.
Massive,
Yeah.
huge,
Yeah.
super important part of our business. Well, we met joint venture partners, investors, and project management clients all through networking in person and via social media. So yeah, it's super important.
So people say that one of the biggest bugbears with social media is that people either just can't be bothered. Because it's like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what I'm meant to be doing. What videos do I do? How do I edit them? What would you say to those people?
I would say anything can be content. I'm a dinosaur with technology and I'm not good at editing reels or making reels, but people just want to see real content, I think.
They just want to know that the person who they're dealing with is doing the do, don't they?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And there's a face behind the business, that you are a real life person.
Yeah, I don't think content has to be fancy and snazzy. I think people just want to see real people and what are they doing, what's their day-to-day life, what projects are they working on. So we just try and show everything as raw as it is.
Because you could be in a box in Australia for people care, couldn't you? If you don't actually show that you're on site and you're getting your hands dirty and, you know, you're doing the viewing. And again, it might seem mundane to you producing that sort of content, but that's the kind of thing then that gives people the know, like and trust.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And I do feel like once you have started to post on whatever channel it might be all of them, it might just be one or two. I think once you've started it, it's a habit you can easily adapt into your routine.
What's your preferred channel? What works for you?
Instagram and Facebook, because they're linked now anyway, aren't they?
Yeah.
Facebook, our easiest to work with. I mean, Chloe handles all of it, to be fair. I do engage with people on it, but Chloe does all of the posting and she posts to everything. I think she does TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook.
Yeah. I still can't get to grips with LinkedIn.
I can't.
I find it a bit too archy-starchy.
Yeah, I can't.
Like a long-form content, and it can be a bit pompous.
Yeah, I'll check my LinkedIn feed, I don't know, once every week or two and just catch up with notifications, but it's also very salesy on there.
Yeah.
You just have people trying to sell you stuff every DM.
That's fast. You open it up. Oh, good morning, George. I'm blah, blah. Are you looking for? No, leave me alone.
but we do show up on that platform, so we do. I would say Chloe's it or Chloe will answer.
It is good to be omnipresent, but it is difficult to manage as well, isn't it? You've not got your system in place for that.
Yeah.
So if someone's starting out in property now, is there any advice that you give to them, something that maybe you wish that you'd known back in the day, or a different action or pathway that you've taken?
Yes, I would say get a mentor straight away. You really think you can't afford it, find the money, pay for a mentor because it will pay dividends. That would be my first piece of advice. The second piece of advice would be to network, grow your knowledge and just get started, basically. If you're on the fence about doing a certain deal or a certain strategy, the only way that you're going to learn is by having a mentor who's hopefully made similar mistakes and can guide you through them, or by making mistakes yourselves. So getting started as soon as you can.
So if someone was put off by going into property saying, oh, well, we haven't got any money, where are we supposed to start? What advice would you give to them?
Money is everywhere.
Okay.
So everyone can access money in some way, shape or form, legally.
So that like rob bank. You look on my face.
Yeah, so I think this is something that we've struggled with in the past, but we don't at the moment. What's holding you back? Is it that you've got no money, or is it that you've not tried to get the money? Because there's so many ways you can raise privately. So an angel investor, banks can lend you money. You might just have to find a deposit. You can put a deposit on a credit card or personal loan or something like that. There is a lot of ways to get money, just get started, find the money.
It's mindset, isn't it?
Mindset.
Yeah, it's the story you tell yourself.
Yeah.
So it's just like, just do it.
Yeah.
Get on with it. What would you be doing now if you weren't in property?
Well, that's a tough question.
What would George Lund look like?
I don't know. I think I'd probably still be working in construction, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'd like to think I'd probably have my own business, because I knew that I always, when I be very young, I knew I always wanted to have my own business. So in the 16 years that I was in construction, I was probably the highest up that I could be without owning my own business. So that's where I'd probably be. Who knows?
Who knows? So George, what's been the most painful part of what you've been doing for the last 8 years? Anything that you'd like to share?
Yeah, without putting people off who are listening to this, pretty much everything in property is painful. For myself personally, I find the construction element, so the delivery, whether that be a refurbishment or a conversion or actual teams on site doing the work, I find that the easy part. I find the beginning part painful. So not necessarily finding the project, but dealing with solicitors, estate agents, and getting a purchase over the line, and then the exit, whatever that may be, I always find painful because nothing ever happens as fast as I'd like it to. So yeah, they're my endpoints. Everything.
Everything. So if you're listening to this, it's be warned. It's not going to be easy. And that's the thing, isn't it? That we've looked at programmes in the past and you think, oh, we could do that. And you're watching Homes Under the Hammer. Oh, how hard can it be to do a flip? But then getting to know yourselves and people in prosperity and in property generally, you realise that the journey is literally like this. It's high highs and low lows.
So it is. Yeah, absolutely is. You've got to be used to riding roller coasters.
And then sort of having your jackpot days, so your money hits your bank account and then you've got 27 pence to do.
Yep. All gone straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the joys of it, I suppose.
What's the end goal or bigger picture for you? So it's the end goal may sort of shift. What's the bigger picture for you at the moment? Sort of, sort of short-term goals.
Short term is obviously get the hotel operational and performing, and then that's going to change things slightly because we're going to have quite good income coming into our household, which is as passive can be. I don't think passive is really a thing. But yeah, it's just to generate cash flow. And as our life and dream goals evolve, it'll be to bring in the cash flow to pay for those. I don't think ultimately, I don't want to retire. I don't just want to sit on a beach somewhere. I always want to keep building, keep paying for the lifestyle that we live.
Leave a legacy for the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can hear Olive Tiger, she's sick. Gurgling in the background.
Yeah.
So what's it like working with your partner in business, Mrs. Emsley?
It's really good, actually. Chloe keeps me on the straight and narrow.
Keeps you grounded.
Keeps me organised, whips me into shape. Every Monday morning, she makes sure that we have a meeting to basically go through every single project and every idea, every business and every arm to our businesses. Just so we're aligned, because I actually worked in our business before Chloe joined us. I think I did about 6 months or 8 months. When Chloe joined, she was like, what the hell is going on here? But how do you know what you're doing? I'm like, just do.
Boy, here, isn't it? Yeah.
So Chloe brings organisation and calm to what can be my chaotic world. I feel like we've got complementing skills. So we've got the same values. So we are very similar. Me and Chloe both want the same thing and believe in the same thing, but our skills align pretty well. So I'm like creative and have ideas and want to chase things as fast as I can and rush them.
Immediate person.
Yeah.
Fine.
Whereas Chloe is a lot more detailed, slows things down and
The brakes or
us breaks, make sure that we do things the right way.
Yeah. Do you ever have any major clashes? What bring out the worst in you both?
Yes, him bringing out the worst is probably when I've rushed something and got something a little bit wrong. That would.
And then that's the frustration then. Like, why didn't you just listen to me?
Yeah. Why don't you just do it this way? Or why don't you just do that? You should have slowed down. Or
So how do you find time to, because obviously you've got, 2 beautiful young daughters.
Yeah.
How do you find the time to separate work from home and try and get that balance of home life and so where you're working and living together?
yes, it's something that I've never really struggled with. But again, this will lead back to getting a coach. Over the past 12 to 18 months, I've got a lot more into my health and fitness. So looking after myself a lot more. So I had a personal trainer and I did this a little bit before, but whilst working with him, he advised me that I set up my weeks and plan my weeks out in advance and plan my own time first. So whether that be strength training or going for a run or going to the sauna, plan that first, then plan family and then plan work into your diary. So I've got I say it's a strict routine. It's not a strict routine. I just know a certain time of what I'm doing on every single day. So come 4:45, 5 o'clock, Monday to Friday, I'm picking the early stuff from nursery, and then that's it. Then I won't do any work after that hour, or on a weekend I won't work a weekend either.
Sounds great, actually, working life around that way rather than living to work.
Yeah.
It isn't. A lot of us just don't prioritise ourselves. You get up, go to work, come home,
Yeah.
and we're just all on the treadmill. So
Absolutely.
actually, to just like take control, be CEO of your life. It's a bit corny, that isn't it? But it literally is, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you think about it, you are the most important person in your life. So if you look after yourself first, everything else will naturally do better because of that, because you're doing better or feeling better or acting better. I like that one.
Right.
It's a good one.
Is it for you, by the way?
It's actually, yeah. Actually.
Thanks.
Gonna say.
Thanks.
Yeah, so I worked with Archie from November until about a month ago, actually. So yeah, 12 months.
His work is complete.
His work is complete. His
Yeah.
transformation is complete.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, we were chatting about this earlier, weren't we? And it's about being like the best version of yourself that you can be and not letting your standards slip.
Absolutely.
And for me, it's sort of hard to hear, but the thing that you need to hear as well sometimes, it's having that impartial boot at the backside, which says, actually, you do need to change and things need to change. And it's owning that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is hard.
And being accountable to yourself.
It is hard, yeah. I think it takes a hell of a lot of discipline, but owning it initially is probably the hardest thing to do.
Yeah, and recognising actually there needs to be change here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you so much for coming in today. I've really, really loved this.
Thank you very much for having us. It's been amazing.
Sounds pretty scripted.
Scripted.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, George, for coming in. Really, really appreciate it.
Loved it, Miranda.
Brilliant.
Thanks for having us here.
You're welcome. Till the next time.
That was a belter.
Oh, well, hot and bold now.